So I was actually born in Compton, California. Compton was a town, like all the towns in Southern California, separated by a lot of agricultural land. And I saw that change very dramatically, while I was growing up. I went to school at UC Santa Barbara and got much closer to living in a natural environment and realized that I really liked that. Came to Southwest Colorado in 1969, had always been kind of fascinated, with agriculture and the water resources around here. Went to work for Fort Lewis College in 1980. One of my first assignments was to do management training for the Ute Mountain Ute tribe, and discovered that there was a project called the Dolores Project that potentially could bring irrigation water, drinking water to the tribe. It was on the Jimmy Carter hit list. It had been taken off the drawing board, and the Secretary of Interior brought it back. Said, we need to keep working on this because there's a potential for an Indian water rights settlement. So once it was clear that the settlement was going to occur, then I was asked to organize the design and building of the 7,700 acre farm. That kind of got me into water.
He has patience of a saint, I kid you not.
Persistence, patience, and thoughtfulness. If you don't have persistence and patience in the water business, you never get anything done.
Kind, one of the most thoughtful people that I've met. He also knows when to really lean in on a hard issue.
How he introduces himself. He really respects a lot of the individuals, the different entities.
He'll listen to everybody, and then at the end he'll come in and he'll say something, and it almost changes the tone of the discussion.
He carried the day with his patience and his forbearance towards other people.
I kind of like to say I was the number cruncher and he knew how to schmooze bureaucrats and politicians to get things done.
He's very deserving of the Diane Hoppe Award. I had the privilege of knowing her a bit, and I absolutely know that she'd be smiling down on him getting this.
He really built up a lot of young people like me that were coming into the community and spent time providing an example of what it's like to be a water leader.
He foresaw a lot of things. He's his own warrior. He is a water protector.
The Indian water rights settlement is quite an accomplishment, and most importantly for our tribes, which are sovereign nations, it has helped them know their water future.
The Dolores Irrigation Project brought water to the tribe. We didn't have any water. We had to haul our water in from Cortez. We all had big water tanks in front of our house. We couldn't drink the water. We couldn't cook with it. Water is a big part of us. Water is life. So that is a saying that's going around Indian country, but it is true. Water is life.
It was tremendous to have him as a partner and someone in the district that does know and was able to understand and navigate the system, but also with tribal leadership. He was a very integral part with that.
Well, we were drinking water that was hauled in that was not fluorinated. So I had a lot of cavities when I was a kid. I had a mouthful of fillings. One generation later, when my daughters were growing up on the reservation with clean water, they were all part of the Cavity-Free Club. Health-wise, it really helped my tribal members, my tribe as a whole, have a better quality of life.
The amount of irrigated land doubled in Montezuma and Dolores counties as a result of the Dolores Project. And so we've been able to build a really strong farm economy. And, the potable water has allowed for them to expand their housing and do all kinds of commercial development. If I kind of overview my career, I think the thing that I'm most proud of is always having made the effort to be very inclusive, to whatever I do, whatever I'm responsible for, to make sure that everybody that has an interest or a stake in it has the opportunity to be engaged. We're all in this together as communities, as water managers, as people who use and enjoy water for recreation or any other purpose. So my advice is really to approach your job as broadly as possible. The way to achieve that is really to always structure any kind of efforts in a collaborative fashion, so you're making room for everybody to participate, and you're opening up your efforts to science and to other information that can build a solid, agreed upon basis where people can make good decisions going forward. My hopes for the future of Colorado is that we continue to build on our collaborative efforts to manage our streams, our reservoirs, and our watersheds holistically. So if we can approach water management with those broad objectives in mind, involve everybody that's a part of, that has interest in those outcomes, I think that's how we get to a water future that will be beneficial to us as Coloradans.